Hello everyone. Welcome to the User of Bricks channel. Today I have a little bit of an unexpected episode for me personally. Today I am going to be going over some bounding box things. So in the last two episodes I have shown you how to create custom cake blocks. All except that one and the date and this banana. All of them are custom cake blocks, but there were two of them that I needed to change the bounding box on. And also I needed to change a little bit on the banana and the other as well. So if you take out a grass block to look at the banana, it's got all 6 ways of doing it, but as you can see, the let's get the top version. There we are. The top version is on touching the top of a 16 by of a normal cube. The bottom is touching the bottom of the normal cube, and then the 4 ways are, as you can see, attached to the block on that side. So I'm going to go over how I created these bounding boxes easily, and this may also help you with just normal mCreator knowing how to create bounding boxes, and I shall show you how to do that using Blockbench. It's quick and easy. After I have shown you that, I'll go over how to change the bounding box for the cakes, as you have probably by now noticed that you can't change the bounding boxes unless you know what you're doing. So, let's get into it. But before we begin, I want to announce to you all I have created a Patreon page. I created this Patreon page because I need your support. I need to be able to create these videos more. And to do that, I need your support. And if you pledge just up to $10 a month or more, you will get a few perks that are magnificent. As you can see here, $10 a month gets you 1 week early access to all or nearly all of my videos. So please check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description. I hope to see you all there. Now, back to the video. Now, here we are in Blockbench, and what you see before you, you probably saw in, well, you did see in Minecraft itself. This is the banana. This is the bottom version. As you can see, it touches the bottom of the block. We are in Blockbench, as you probably noticed by the Blockbench sign up in the upper left. And so I'm going to show you how to get some very nice bounding boxes. So to do that, how I found them was I was just fiddling around with this program as I do with many other programs, and I went to this help section just because I wanted to see what it has, and I came down and saw mod utils. This brought up this area and voxel shapes. That may not mean anything to you, but to me, who I have actually already looked at a bunch of code and whatnot, the voxel shapes is what mCreator uses for its bounding boxes. So the bounding boxes are all kept in a voxel shapes group. And anything within it is all connected as one bounding box. It can be made out of multiple cubes, but it's called one bounding box for some reason. Yeah. And there's different ways to do that. Right now it's not showing me the image to show you all the other versions that you may find helpful, but right now you can just do the OR Boolean function, and yeah, that pretty much is what you'll need. So if we exit out of this, we can go ahead, no, not create another cube, add a group, and as it said, not voxel, voxel shape or voxel shapes? Shapes, okay. I always get that mixed up because in the code itself there is both voxel shape and voxel shapes. It can get a little confusing, but yeah. So once you have made this folder or group, you move any cubes you want as the bounding box into that group. You can then, it's literally this simple, you can go to export voxel shape 1.14 plus modded Minecraft. This will export a Java file, and yeah, so can I remember where I put, oh yes, I put it on my desktop in temp, voxel shape. Yeah, so I'm going to save it here and replace the one I already had. You can of course change the name of that file, and you can have many different of them and all of that, but I'm not doing that at the moment. So yeah, to get more than one cube, as you can see I just did, all you have to do is create a cube or a box or whatever, and then you need to put it where you want it. Say I wanted it, how tall is the banana? 12 pixels, so right there should be good. Let's put it a little back and a little back. So this cube I have just put in is perfectly fine. I can now put it in the voxel shapes, and both of those will be a part of the same bounding box. So if we export it now, voxel shape 2, save. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go and look into the actual thing itself. The bounding box is defined like this. When we go actually into the code, I will show you where you put this, but pretty much what this is 6 numbers that go from 0 to 16, and they are the starting point, either a starting point or an end point for each of the 3 axes. You've already seen this in the base mCreator, how it works and all of that, except mCreator goes off of a 0 to 1 basis. So here we have a 6, a 0, a 6, a 10, a 12, and a 10. This starts at x6, pixel 6, I should say, out of 16, and goes to pixel 10. Then comes the y, which starts at 0 and goes to 12. Remember, this is the banana on the bottom of the block. Actually, on top of a block. Whatever you like to think of it. Then comes the Z, which is a 6 to 10 as well. Now, let's look at our voxel shape 2, which we created. This, as you can see, is slightly different. It's voxelshapes.combine combine and simplify. So if you look back, there's block.makeCuboidShape. That, you can see two of those right here. And that pretty much effectively combines them, as stated there. And it uses this boolean function. There are other boolean functions, but I don't know them off the top of my head. So we'll leave this at the or boolean function. So now that we have this, we can go to mcreator. Hold on, let me organize my desktops. Okay, so now we are in mcreator, and what you see before you is the banana class. Oh, and I was researching item frames earlier. Anyway, yeah, so the banana class. This banana class I had created before I wanted it to be a 6-way block. So I then had to create another 6-directional block, take the code from that and input it in here. So your code probably won't be exactly the same as mine. Generally, it won't. But as you can see, there are voxel shape protected static finals. There are 6 of them. One for south, north, west, east, down, and up. You can see each of these has a block.makeCuboidShape with 6 numbers. If we go back to our voxel shape, you can see block.makeCuboidShape. If we go back, I will say this: when you create your block, you will want to input a custom bounding box, or this section here won't show up, just because of how mcreator and Minecraft do their whole code. If you don't specify a bounding box, it will just be the normal base cube, and you'll have to custom code all of this and whatnot. The next thing you should know, but you don't have to, is down here, the voxel shape get shape function. This is how the game knows what bounding box to use. So here it has a switch function in it. Now, not all of them have this, like as you'll see with the custom cake blocks that I shall show you, the marzipan block and the Dalish pastry. Yeah, but for the 6-way blocks, they do it like this. They have a north, south, east, west, up, and down. Default is there just because it has to be. You'll also notice that direction.north is up here as a default state. So yeah, that's there as well. Anyway, back to bounding boxes. If you have a singular cube, go ahead and input what you created there. If not, it's pretty much the same thing from what I have seen through the code. The voxel shapes can replace the block.makeCuboidShape, and that's because it combines block.makeCuboidShapes together in a certain way to create the whatever you're wanting to create. So this is entirely for the 6-way block all you need to know. However, for the custom cake blocks, there's a bit of extra code you will need to input. Again, you have a bunch of the different block.makecuboid shapes, and particularly here you've got, I believe this is it 7 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 7 different ones. How you see me have it set up here, this puts it at starting from the top and going down. It pretty much is from top to bottom the bytes out of the cake block. So at the top is a full block. Next is after 1 byte has been taken out of it, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, and finally 6. With 7 bytes, that's the max amount of bytes taken out of it, and the block is pretty much just destroyed, so you don't need another bounding blocks, because that would just be pretty much be a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And we don't need that. The block doesn't exist in that form. Yeah. Other than that, as you have already seen, the voxel shape voxel shape get shape, it is different, as I told you before. It returns shapes A, and shapes A is actually a voxel shape array. If we go back to the banana, you will see that these are just voxel shapes. This is an array that can be seen by the box brackets, or I'm not sure exactly the name on those, but yeah. Anyway, it's called shapes A, and it's used down here. You can see how you set it is a new voxel shape array, and then you get some curly brackets with all of your block.makecuboid shape things inside of it. Make sure when you're doing it to have a comma after each one except the last one. And then after the last one, you will want to end with a curly bracket and then a semicolon. Make sure the semicolon and bracket is there, or your code will not work. Okay, so back down to the voxel get shape. You can see that the shape's A, and then there's some brackets, the box brackets, I'll call them, with state.getBytes. Bytes is the block state that says how many bytes have been taken out of the block, and that starts at 0 and goes till 6, I believe. Yeah, goes till 6. And so, as with anything array in Java, it always starts at 0 and goes till 6. And bytes also goes from 0 till, well, arrays don't go till 6. They can go longer, but they always start at 0 and then 1. They never go 1 and then 2. And this is how the game here is setting the block state. I know this is probably a lot more information than you are needing right now, but trust me, just knowing this information will help you create mods better. Whether it's custom coding or not, you will understand what you are doing far better. Anyway, I believe that is all for this video. I hope you have found this helpful. I hope to see you next time. This has been the Use of Bricks. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And yeah, have a nice day.